welcome back. Been a hot minute, my apologies. Been really actually busy. Sold a business and done some things, and I've just been busy everywhere but here on the old YouTubes. But this is a fun one, worth filming, hopefully. I don't know how this ends. I don't know how it starts. This is my super stock BF Mark Series 2.5 Falcon. So it's just been a JS Performance, done an amazing job. So I'll show you what's in there, what's going on in there. So in here lies a Dock 40. Oh! Were we expecting that? I don't know if you were. Maybe you've already seen it. You probably haven't. But if you haven't, you probably should have. So, yeah. Big fish. So I'll give you the rundown. So here lies a 4-litre barrel, not de-stroked or anything, so standard crank, heat treated. So G42 1200, the new series, it flows about 25% more than the old series. So the latest series of that. SDF manifold V-band, plasma man intake, 12 injectors. J. Scott Performance just did all the cooler piping again. I did it. I was never happy with it, and I knew I wanted it done by a fabricator, and he's doing some amazing work. So I'll show you that a bit closer now. So from here is throttle body down. Normally goes under the headlight, and this car was a no holes cut, no ruining, no chassis, no hole sawing in like the old days with Sylvias. None of that. So 3-inch or 3.5 inches straight off the Bosch 88mm throttle body down to over here, Wiggins clamp, down under, symmetrical to that side, Wiggins clamp. Obviously 12 injectors, as I said before, Haltech ECU. This is 3/4 grout filled, copper head gasket, fire rings, about 12 hours of porting done on the head, massive cam, stainless valves, valve guides. It's got everything. Easy 1,000 horsepower. Now to top that off, behind it is a Samsonas RS90 5-speed sequential. So another thing you wouldn't normally see in a street car, but I thought ZFs are awesome, they're amazing. Not dissing them, but they're boring. My Ute just there has a T400, amazing. Once again, boring in a Falcon. 3rd gear, like that's, no, not having that. It's cool in that, I guess, and then these 8 HP things sort of popping off, I guess, but that's just a ZF with extra gears. And I don't know, might cop some hate for that, but yeah, I just thought it's not really much more expensive than just building a crazy ZF that can do a 1,200 horsepower combo, and I think it's cooler. So I'm going to Samsonas sequential to top it all off. GJ Driveline's tail shaft, SDF twin hat rear diff like cradle, 3.7 diff gears, true track center, stock axles, so it'll be fine for now. So we're going to run this up, tune it, get the flat foot shift and ignition cut set up properly, try and make in the at least 800 horsepower at minimum. It's on a roller dyno, so I don't know how much it's going to put down. It'll make 1,000, no problems, it already has. Not with this setup, but with the G45 1600, it made 956 at 25 pound, like it breathed it in. Only revving to 59 too, so we'll rev it up to about 65 too. That's enough talking, let's do it. Just started to tune it. I got it all set up. It's making 5 pound at 2,500 on the dyno brake, which is a really good sign. As soon as you're getting into it, it's misfiring. Standard coils though, so I'm just going to gap the plugs within an inch of their lives and see if it'll get us through it, or it might need better coils. So, but it held pretty good power last time on these coils, so we'll see how we go. We'll see what happens. So, one other thing to add, that's the old dyno graph. So this is from BSC Performance, obviously, disclaimer, he didn't tune this, I did this. It's probably, yeah, Bog is an amazing tuner, but so this, we just used his dyno. So, because he's got a hub dyno, this was coming on at 5200. So the turbo was the one just there, which I'll video now. It's a G45 1600, and I don't know what the rear housing was, like a 1.16 maybe. It's just, it doesn't work for this. There's not many cars that would work on, honestly. There's not many setups. Unless you run like methanol and nitrous, but that's drag cars, different stuff, street car. So that G42 1200, the new gen, is now coming on at, I'd say 37, it's coming on, full boost of 27 poundage, like 4.1, like it's coming on hard and revving at 65. This was just trying to see what it could do. This had a T56 in it, so manual, and I was like, oh, we'll just tune it because the motor's and I at least want to drive around the street a bit. This was horrendous. It was the slowest thing in the world, and then it went, and hit limiter, like that feels terrifying. Like you can feel on a dyno when you're tuning a car when it's really, really fast. That's one of them. You can just feel how hard it does not want to be on the dyno. It wants to go elsewhere. So we need it on the hubs, and then we need to find a really long private road somewhere. So I can scare myself, because that's what it's all about. We survived. That's the most ridiculous piece of machinery I've ever assembled and or played with on a dyno, but that is scary. It's coming on about 38, 4 grand, and then it's gone. I can't keep, I've strapped it a couple of different ways. It's obviously, you would have seen it's not putting down power. Made 556 kilowatts, then 620 something wheel spinning, so I don't even know where it's at. Probably 700, 750 on the hubs maybe more. About 27 pounding at the moment. Still got another 60% duty cycle on my second set of 1250s, so we could go 35 pound. So I need to come down and see Mr. Bogger uses the hub dyno, because that's scary. But everything's perfect, it worked amazing. So got the plug, sorted that out, had some safeties, got the flat foot shifting working. That's it, it's time for the hubs, and it's time for roll racing at Calder, I reckon. See how it goes. I think I need to figure out some tyre action for the back. We need some like 295s or something. I just don't know how they're going to fit. And without like tubbing it, I'm putting a 9-inch in, which is not happening because it's kind of supposed to be stock. I know that's hard to say, but like a factory rear end, factory suspension, it's factory height, looks stock. Doesn't drive like it, but yeah, it's ridiculous. So thanks for watching if you've watched it, because I think that's pretty cool.